interpreted it different now. Like I see somebody say, or maybe boom, was it you? By the way,
Yeah.
Scissors, shout out to you for that botch BBL. I ain't gonna hold you. Let
I
me
gotta
see.
hold you kind of whack.
Let me see. Drake said, yeah, Drake showed off like a jacket. It was like,
Oh yeah, nigga, that was off stream.
wait,
But yeah,
yeah, Drake had a jacket. Was like your hard feelings, but harder dick. Drake jacket.
that's insane.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't say that's normal. They want to get on Nicki Minaj for trying to shake some ass at 40.
Word. Well, all right, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna be all right. Let's have it. Hard feelings.
No, that was insane. That jacket was insane.
All right, chat. Drake popped out. You know what I mean. By the way, but it's not sus if we call him. You know what I mean. Champagne Pop, right? You know what I mean.
Poppy is crazy. Pops is, you can let it slide because he's like 35 and shit.
We can't call him Champagne Poppy no more.
That's for the bitches, bro.
Oh my god,
bro, come on, man. You can't call no grown ass man no Poppy, bro. I wouldn't even call my dad Poppy. I wouldn't even call that nigga Daddy. I call that nigga Dad.
All right, okay. Well, first of all, all right. See, yo, this is why I'm glad I'm not on, like, you know, at least I'm on the media side, right? Like, I think a media personality's peak is 40, 45.
They call that nigga Champ. They call him Champagne Unk.
Wait, how old is Drake? Let's see.
Yo, get off my nigga Drake, man.
Oh, he only 36. He turned 37. Yeah, all right. That sounded old at the time. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me get back to this. If a 36, 37-year-old man is rocking a jacket that says hard feelings, harder dick, is that weird?
It's not weird. It's just, I mean, I don't know.
Did somebody say I might as well call him Champagne Daddy? Yo, stop it, man. Don't say that.
Yo, it's just like I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you too old for that. But like, I don't know, man. Like, the jacket's still fire, but like, nigga, come on, you don't gotta wear that on the damn jacket.
Yeah, some people say very weird. All right, okay.
Cause you can't say that. You can't say this shit ain't weird and then try to get on Nicki Minaj for Want to Be Young, bro. This some young nigga shit here on. So if Nicki Minaj want to be on some old bitch shit, some young
Wait,
bitch
is
shit,
this a young nigga shit?
I mean, that's some shit a young nigga will wear, bro. Like, what 35-year-old? If you should, this is the thing. If you seen a 35-year-old or a 36, 7-year-old wearing a shirt that just said, let's just see if it's not the jacket. It's just a white tee. That bitch say hard feelings, harder dick, and you know this nigga like 38. You gonna look at him like, what the fuck kind of shirt you wearing?
All right. Okay.
Drake, so you make it like.
And chat, just like usual, I always, I always say, that's why I say my life is an open book, because I put my life into the content I make. All right, so now I'm gonna put myself into this, right? And I think Drake is one of the people, of popularity that has influenced a generation of people like me. I'm not saying I'm trying to be Drake. I'm trying to say that Drake has inspired people to believe that being a bachelor lasts into your late 30s. Before this time, you had Jay-Z, who was at this time basically saying, yo, Beyonce 25 and she not trying to settle down type shit. You get what I mean? Like no one is approaching. I mean, obviously Diddy's doing some new shit now where he's 50, but we have to think about, I think Drake and a few others is like kind of ushered in that era where you have 30-plus-year-old dudes who don't have kids like myself, right? And you're not feeling, oh, okay, it's like, usually we say this about women. Like, around after 25, close to 30, like 30 is the wall. So closer you get to 30, you want to already find a man and you want to be able to settle down and do your thing. For dudes, you usually say like after 30 or something, you should have got all your wilding out in your 20s. And you shouldn't be still on some trying to act like your 22-year-old self, like just chasing pussy, right? Not saying you got to be, but you be a little different. Here's what's happened recently, especially with like people like Drake. I'm not saying Drake ushered this in, but it's a new time in America and just in these eras period where I think people are realizing what the college, even industrial system has created. Men don't hit our peak until we're after our 30s. And what happens is men are kind of extending their bachelorhood to probably late 30s, maybe 40s. So in the 80s and 90s, you would see a man in his 30s immediately think, yo, it's time to get married. Let me lock it down. Nowadays, people are saying if you're going to even do that at all, you're looking towards 40s. So Drake is kind of like that, right? Drake is 37 or 36, going to 37, and he's not thinking about anything to do with settling down. He's still trying to portray that, yo, I'm 25 type of aura, except here's the difference between 25. At 25, when he was rapping, Drake was saying, yo, I'm fucking up on a double cheek kiss. I'm a little nervous around women. These days, he's rapping that all these bitches want me. I'm the guy, which is a little bit different because now it's like, all right, bro, we get it. All these girls want you. You have a kid now. You're going to settle down. Like, I don't know if this is like a complex subject to kind of tackle because it's not just a Drake subject. I think this is a subject about the generations and about people born in the 90s, right? Like if you're born in the 90s, at this point, you're in your 30s, right? Or you're about to be in your 30s, right? If you're born in the 80s, you're approaching your 40s, right? You literally have to be born in the 2000s to be approaching your 20s, right? Most 90s babies are either past 25 or looking toward 30. But I believe that the social programming now is to say, yo, y'all don't got to get married mad quick. Wait till you get settled in life, you figure shit out, and that's usually 30-something. I don't know if I'm losing some people with that.
See where you going with this.
So what I'm going with that is that, number one, how do we view the generation versus how we also view Drake? Like, you know.
Okay, I got you. I got you. You just said, like, you was just cooking Uzi.
Yeah.
Wanting to be Leslie.
Yeah. And perfect. So that's what I'm saying. We're now having these conversations, and yes, like, for example, you're cooking Drake, and I cooked Uzi. But then we also got to stop and think, like, well, we're also kind of being the same person. Like the thing we're cooking, the whole it's not just one nigga doing it. It's the whole generation of people doing it. We have people who are approaching 30 still acting like they're teenagers in 20 and in their early 20s, right? Like Uzi. Okay. Then we have people approaching 40, like Drake, who are still acting like they're 20 and they're not even thinking about familyhood no more. Like it's, you know, again, or yeah, familyhood, whatever, if that's a word. Like the parallel is there. I don't know if I'm trying to make a point. Or maybe the more point is that maybe if we're clowning Drake, maybe we should do some self-reflection to say, is the normal 36-year-old doing this these days? And maybe not like wearing a jacket. You think not?
Would you wear a plain white tee that say "hard feelings, harder dick" at 30?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Would you wear a shirt like that?
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't do it.
All right, exactly. Like, I'm not saying I hate Drake, but when people say nigga, like, they have a point to say, nigga, you're 36, bruh. So you don't need to be wearing shit like that. I get it, like, you ain't get to live your age in the 20s and shit because you was famous and you ain't know how to do double cheek kiss, but like, nigga, you 36, you can fuck any bitch you want. Like, you think this shit cool type shit, I guess. Like, but you don't, like, bro. It just make you look crazy.
Yeah. And definitely pause before I ask this question. But if you rocking a jacket, so I'm asking it if it's you, not what Drake got. If you rocking a jacket like this, you got to keep a honey pack in the inside pocket.
Yo, it's crazy. I'm like 13 years younger than this nigga, bro, and I wouldn't even wear some shit like that. And I wear anime shirts and shit.
All right, okay. So what point of Drake's life do you think he's at?
He's in, like, I'm not gonna say he in a midlife crisis, but he in his point of his age where, like, so, like, shit like this, he can slide. Because once he get 40, then I let this shit slide. So he's still in his bachelor stage where, like, yeah, I can fuck bitches as, like, 28 because I'm only 35, 36. So I can let this young nigga shit go because this is, like, his last, it's kind of like his last years being able to do it.
I'm wondering how self-aware he was. And again, this is why I keep saying I use my own situations and myself into my content. I'm self-aware of aging, and I love aging, and I appreciate it. There was a time when I was, like, 25, not 20. When you're 25, you can't even think about 30. But when I was like 27, 28, 30 just sounded like a hard slap. You get what I mean? And once I eventually got there, I was like, oh, okay, life goes on. And I also realized like, at least maybe for my profession, your audience just doesn't reject you. It's more about, are they mentally and spiritually growing with you? Anyway, the point I was trying to say is that I've had that conversation with myself, and I've been aware of that to say, I know y'all seen this whole thing with like, my ex or whatever. When me and her talked about possibly having kids, I would say not at the moment. I wasn't ready at the moment. And it wasn't that I wasn't financially ready or nothing like that. I still wasn't ready. And then she also asked me, by the way, she was definitely younger than me. She was like, well, would you be ready? And I'm going to be honest with you, asking that question to myself in a vacuum, I think I'm ready for kids like in about like a year or two, bro. Like about a year or two, I'd say 2 years. In 2 years, like I would say in 2 years, y'all could put me on the clock. I could be like, yo, act no kids, bro. But like, I think like I've thought about that, and I've always thought it has to be a gradual way of you kind of mentally maturing, but also not only that, leveling up professionally, but also being ready for a new phase of your life, right? So like maybe that's a signal that I am ready to move in another phase of what life is. I'm wondering, even though Drake has a child, is he aware? Like when I heard in the conversation with Yachty, he was aware of it when it came to his art and like his career. But I'm wondering if he thinks like, yo, I actually do want to build a family, or I do want to, you know what I mean? I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Bro, he does. Like, I'm not going to speak for Drake, but he does. He just, bro, when you Drake, bro, you can't just settle down with any bitch, bro, because a bitch gonna just, you never.
That's another thing, bro.
You don't know because you don't know a bitch. You don't know if a bitch wants you for Aubrey or for Drake. Because nigga, you're literally the biggest nigga in the world. You got to find a bitch that's like in Zimbabwe that don't even got internet type shit, bro. Like that's the type of shit he got to be on. You know what I mean? So that's probably why he just on his bastard shit. Because all these hoes want something, bro. You can't trust every hoe. Look at like, you know what I'm saying? Look what the baby mama was on.
And then I think about who knows, man.
Yeah, so man, I don't know.
Maybe Drake's still in his fuckboy era, just off the fact that what I was gonna say. Just off the fact that what was I gonna say? Rihanna got pregnant for Rocky. I think that hurt my nigga, bro.
Yeah, I feel like he could have settled down Rihanna type shit. That was probably his last chance, bro. He got Tinashe though. She's still out here.
Somebody said Toronto women are the worst. Why is Toronto women the worst? Somebody say, yo, bro, do you think he's gonna be Hugh Hefner? Somebody say, yo, bro, it's Drake. If a regular 37 or 36-year-old wear that, they be looking at him different. Yo,
bro,
again,
I said that.
Okay. So now, let me come back to this. They said the stream ended? Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, Rumble's down. I forgot to tell you that.
Nah, it's back. Yeah, hey, listen, by the way, Rumble did tell me that they were going to have some, they're having some technical upgrades. So if you are having some issues,
There's some chat GPT shit, bro.
Yo, okay. So that's why it goes back to, remember I told you I had that conversation with this one guy and he told me a couple years ago, he said, yo, Drake's at a fork in the road. Drake will never be, just like how Drake is Drake to me, he'll never be that to a young kid who's 16. He won't. Right?
Like the GOAT?
Like, play this. A kid who's growing up and says Young Boy is the greatest of all time, Drake will never get that love among that kid and his friends.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, hold on.
You know why?
Why?
Because listen, bro, I was let's say like I'm just bringing it back. Like I was the biggest Chief Keef fan, right? So I'm just let this analogy hit. I was 15 and I discovered Kanye West, nigga. Years after his everything. And I'm the biggest Kanye West fan ever, more than I am a Chief Keef fan. So it's a nigga that's going through some shit that young boy probably can't, like, they probably would discover a Drake song and then go through Drake's whole discography at 16. Right now, it's probably a nigga today that's doing it. And be like, damn, this nigga to go. It's like It's like I used to think Kobe was the GOAT, bro. I used to think nobody was better than Kobe until I said, you know what? I'm gonna look at what Jordan was on. And I looked at what Jordan was on, I was like, nah, Jordan definitely the GOAT. Like, so if you do a little
I
bit of
think you're
research, you can
exception to
still
the
be
rule, and I think also when the majority of people definitely will not be going back to find whatever. And also Kanye West dropped The Life of Pablo, and also has dropped
but Drake's still
Donda.
dropping now.
No, but hear what I'm saying. And again, Kanye is a bad example because if you are if you like music from the era of the early 2010s, you might go back while trying to live in that moment of that era and find music you never showed. Like for example, I like Common's B album, like his album B, amazing fucking
Oh, I love
album.
that album. I
It,
love that
it
album.
helped me a lot to and by the way, another album too, I think Finding Forever. It helped me a lot while I was studying in college trying to pass classes. I don't think they came out the year that I listened to it, but I went back because I was listening to artists from the era. I guess the point what I'm trying to say is if you're a 16-year-old right now, all your friends are listening to NBA Youngboy and Yeet. They're all listening to NBA Youngboy and Yeet. Do people know Drake? Yes. But they're listening to NBA Youngboy and Yeet. Just like how a lot of people grew up, and because they didn't grow up on Jay-Z, and they watched, and everything that Drake did connected to their life, and it matched the story. That's why I believe J. Cole has such a great fan base. His fans, he grew with them. The point that was being made is that for these young 16-year-olds, and it's always the 16 to 21 who seems to be most vocal because they got the most time to be online and say the most shit, and they create the most dances, all that type of shit. They're not going to be in love with Drake like I love Drake. Pause. I mean, that's not a pause. I'm pause. But I hope you get what I mean. They don't love his music like I love his music. Just like how another 17-year-old kid loves NBA Youngboy's music. That there's no 17-year-old that's gonna love Drake's music like how another 17-year-old loves NBA Youngboy's music. And again, we're talking generally. What that leads is that, yeah, you could be the dude who makes a couple of songs that they fuck with. So I'm not saying that if you're 16 you can't like Drake.
No, that's how they are with YoungBoy and Yeet.
Well,
Because when they grow, they're gonna eventually grow out of that music, and then when they find shit like Drake, Ye, or anybody else that's actually timeless, they're gonna be like, "Damn, this is shit I'm gonna listen to until I'm 30. This is shit they're not gonna be listening like that. Shit is not saying YoungBoy ain't shit, but these shits are fast to them. The same way I was listening to Sosa, and
maybe that happened. Even though I would say that Young Boy seems that he'll have like a Sosa like career in terms of 10 years later, and you see him walk out a nigga on Showtime. You like, what the fuck? It's great. All I'm saying is that the conversation, and to reframe it, what me and the person was saying, they said, yo, put like this. If Drake, I guess what the person was saying, Drake is at a fork in the road. He could chase the youth or he could grow with his current audience. His current audience loves him like hell. But you have to grow with them. Remember, I'm telling you, I'm in my 30s. I'm thinking, maybe I should start thinking about a family. At what age and at what time? That I'm gonna be honest. In my 20s, having a kid, I used to tell people having a kid almost sound like getting a limb chopped off. You get what I mean? Like, bro, a fucking child. You know what I mean? Like, what the?
Like
It sounded crazy. At least for me. I know a lot of people have kids early, but for me, it sounded wild. The older you get, you're like, okay, you start looking at life a little bit different, right? What I'm saying is that Drake, and this was the conversation, Drake's at a fork in the road. You could grow with people like me, or you could chase the TikTok shit, which is the new 17-year-old and what they're going to like. They're going to like the newest dance. They're going to like the newest whatever. Now, granted, there's people like YoungBoy or whatever that just already fit in their demographic because YoungBoy's closer in age. But the shit that Drake should be talking about that he's experiencing at 38 is different than a kid who might be 20 who's trying to do some type of dance. You get what I mean? So he could make TikTok songs, but those people that might like him for the TikTok song will never love him more than the guy who they actually relate to. YoungBoy.
For right now. I would say for right now.
Well, you might be right, but still, they relate to YoungBoy not only his music but who he is. He's rebellious like them. He acts like them. He dresses like them. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I get your point. It's just, man, I think it's getting mixed. It's getting like fogged by like these niggas ain't real people. Like it's like these niggas. Yeah, they 16. Yeah, they listen to YoungBoy. Like, Drake is 40 now, but he has discography from when he was in his 20s.
Hold on,
up,
we gotta stop it. Drake is 36, man. We keep adding another 8. Yo,
when I say you're 38, my bad.
Yo, I like calling Nicki 40. I will not like calling Drake 40.
Well, Drake 30, but like he still got music that niggas who are 16 from his earlier stage can listen to. And grow up with, bro. Like they gonna listen to this nigga, bro. I'm telling you, they're gonna be listening to fucking Yeet 5 years from now. Like with no disrespect, like Drake shit, you can listen to Drake anytime, at any point in your life, and he gonna have some shit that whatever you going through, he gonna have some shit for it. Same with Ye. So it's different. Same with Jay-Z. But yeah, like nigga, I'm nowhere near fucking 50 years old, and Kanye West just dropped the album, and I relate to the shit he was talking about on it. So. I mean,
I get it.
Did I deafen? I don't know if you deafened me.
No, I heard it.
Yeah.
Chat Queen says, trust me, once you find that woman who you want to have kids with, it won't seem so scary. Kids are actually fun.
Shit, you about to get trapped, bro.
I must have no opinion on that for now on, man. Yo, but before all of that, I just want like a healthy situation, bro. You know
bro, just be a stepfather, bro, and get practice type shit.
Hell no. Nah.
Be the father that stepped up type shit. You know what I mean?
Hell no. All right. Okay. Cool. Damn, man. I can't believe y'all trying to make it like my nigga Drake can rock the hard feelings, harder dick shirt, man. What the hell?
See, this crazy. Yo, see, Chad, this is crazy. Cause like, bro, let's say it was. I don't fucking know. Like, I'm just trying to think of a 30-year-old rapper, nigga. Like, let's say if it was Bow Wow, some crazy shit. Y'all would be cooking this nigga. But because it's Drake, I fuck with Drake, but we gotta keep it a bean. It's Drake, so he get a pass because it's Drake, I guess. You know what I mean? Future, I don't even give him Future a pass for some shit he be on. Cause that nigga like 40.
It's my boy Drizzy, man. Like, what you mean though?
Nah, he is the boy. He can is Drake, so that's dick rider. So just say I'm a dick rider. Like, if you gonna say that, go Lord, just say I'm a dick rider and I pick and choose. That's all you gotta say. God, you know what I mean?
Damn, man. All right. There's a few more things. Damn, we 5 hours in. I think I spent 2 hours explaining to y'all some bullshit. Then we're 3 hours in from that. Let me see what else is going on. I'm pretty sure people be sending me topics, and then when it's time to find topics, I can't find none. Here we go.
Oh man.
Oh, I gotta ask y'all this. And I didn't want to do too much pushback in the moment. I'm about to post this on my page too. Or memes. Get me a clip to post on my page, even though I got a clip in my phone.